Robert John Aumann is an Israeli-American mathematician and a member of the United States National Academy of Sciences. He is a professor at the Center for the Study of Rationality in the Hebrew University of Jerusalem in Israel. He also holds a visiting position at Stony Brook University and is one of the founding members of the Stony Brook Center for Game Theory. Aumann received Nobel Prize in Economics in 2005 for his work on conflict and cooperation through game theory analysis. He shared the prize with Thomas Schelling. Biography: Early years. Aumann was born in Frankfurt am Main, Germany, and fled to the United States with his family in 1938, 2 weeks before the Kristallnacht pogrom. He attended the Rabbi Jacob Joseph School, a yeshiva high school in New York City. He graduated from the City College of New York in 1950 with a BSc in mathematics. He received his MSc in 1952, and his Ph.D. in mathematics in 1955, both from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. His doctoral dissertation, A Sphericity of Alternating Linkages, concerned knot theory. His advisor was George Whitehead, Jr. In 1956 he joined the mathematics faculty of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and has been a visiting professor at Stony Brook University since 1989. Scientific contribution. Aumann's greatest contribution was in the realm of repeated games, which are situations in which players encounter the same situation over and over again. Aumann was the first to define the concept of correlated equilibrium in game theory, which is a type of equilibrium in non-cooperative games that is more flexible than the classical Nash equilibrium. Furthermore, Aumann has introduced the first purely formal account of the notion of common knowledge in game theory. He collaborated with Lloyd Shapley on the Aumann-Shapley value. He is also known for his agreement theorem, in which he argues that under his given conditions, two Bayesian rationalists with common prior beliefs cannot agree to disagree. Aumann and Maschler used game theory to analyze Almudic dilemmas. They were able to solve the mystery about the division problem, a long-standing dilemma of explaining the Almudic rationale in dividing the heritage of a late husband to his three wives depending on the worth of the heritage compared to its original worth. The article in that matter was dedicated to a son of Aumann, Shlomo, who was killed during the 1982 Lebanon War while serving as a tank gunner in the Israel Defense Forces' Armored Corps. These are some of the themes of Aumann's Nobel lecture, named War and Peace. War is not irrational, but must be scientifically studied in order to be understood, and eventually conquered. Repeated game study de-emphasizes the now for the sake of the later. Simplistic peacemaking can cause war, while an arms race, credible war threats and mutually assured destruction can reliably prevent war. Political views. Aumann is a member and the Professors for a Strong Israel, a right-wing political group. Aumann opposed the disengagement from Gaza in 2005, claiming it is a crime against Gush Katif settlers and a serious threat to the security of Israel. Aumann draws on a case in game theory called the Blackmailer Paradox to argue that giving land to the Arabs is strategically foolish based on the mathematical theory. By presenting an unyielding demand, the Arab states force Israel to yield to blackmail due to the perception that it will leave the negotiating room with nothing if it is inflexible. As a result of his political views, and his use of his research to justify them, the decision to give him the Nobel Prize was criticized in the European press. A petition to cancel his prize garnered signatures from 1,000 academics worldwide. In a speech to a religious Zionist youth movement, Bnei Akiva, Aumann claimed that Israel is in deep trouble. He revealed his belief that the anti-Zionist Satmar Jews might have been right in their condemnation of the original Zionist movement. I fear the Satmars were right he said, and quoted a verse, unless the Lord builds a house, its builders toil on it in vain. Aumann feels that the historical Zionist establishment failed to transmit its message to its successors, because it was secular. The only way that Zionism can survive, according to Aumann, is if it has a religious basis. In 2008, Aumann joined the new political party AI led by Efi Yotam and Yitzhak Levy. Torah codes controversy. Aumann has entered the controversy of Bible codes research. In his position as both a religious Jew and a man of science, the codes research holds special interest to him. he has partially vouched for the validity of the great rabbi's experiment by Doron Witztum, Eliyahu Rips, and Yoav Rosenberg, which was published in Statistical Science. Aumann not only arranged for Rips to give a lecture on Torah codes in the Yisrael Academy of Sciences and Humanities, but sponsored the Witztum-Rips-Rosenberg paper for publication in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The Academy requires a member to sponsor any publication in its proceedings. The paper was turned down, however. In 1996, a committee consisting of Robert J. Aumann, Dror Bar-Natan, Hillel Furstenberg, Isaac Lapides, and Rips, was formed to examine the results that had been reported by H. J. Gans regarding the existence of encoded text in the Bible foretelling events that took place many years after the Bible was written. The committee performed 2 additional tests in the spirit of the Gans experiments. Both tests failed to confirm the existence of the putative code. After a long analysis of the experiment and the dynamics of the controversy, stating for example that almost everybody included in the controversy made up their mind early in the game, Aumann concluded, a priori, the thesis of the code's research seems wildly improbable. Research conducted under my own supervision failed to confirm the existence of the codes though it also did not establish their non-existence. So I must return to my a priori estimate, that the code's phenomenon is improbable. Personal life: Aumann married Esther Schlesinger in April 1955 in Brooklyn. They had met in 1953 when Esther, who was from Israel, was visiting the United States. The couple had 5 children. The oldest, Shlomo, was killed in action in 1982, while serving in the Israeli army in the 1982 Lebanon War. Esther died of ovarian cancer in October 1998. In late November 2005, Aumann married Esther's widowed sister, Batya Cohn. Honors and Awards: 1974, Foreign Honorary Member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, 1983, Harvey Prize in Science and Technology, 1994, Israel Prize for Economics. 1998, Erwin Plein-Nemers Prize in Economics from Northwestern University, 2002, Emmet Prize for Economics. 2005, Bank of Sweden Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel. 2006, Yakir Yerushalayim Award from the City of Jerusalem. Publications: Values of Non-Atomic Games, Princeton University Press, Princeton, 1974. Game Theory, Every Man's University, Tel Aviv, 1981, Vols 1 and 2. Lectures on Game Theory, Underground Classics in Economics, Westview Press, Boulder, 1989. Handbook of Game Theory with Economic Applications, Vol 1 3, Elsevier, Amsterdam. Repeated Games with Incomplete Information, MIT Press, Cambridge, 1995. Collected Papers, Vol 1 2, MIT Press, Cambridge, 2000. Sphericity of Alternating Knots. Anne of Math 64 1956 374 392. See also, List of Israel Prize recipients, List of Jewish Nobel laureates, List of economists, references. External links: his homepage, Aumann Nobel Prize Lecture, his Cove, Robert Aumann at the Mathematics Genealogy Project, extensive interview with Professor Aumann shortly before his selection as the Nobel laureate by Sarju Hart, Nobel Prize announcement, more information about that Nobel Prize, recording of the Nobel Prize announcement and Professor Aumann's reaction to the prize, Janos Bolyai Prize, 2002 EMET Award, Center for the Study of Rationality, Stony Brook Center for Game Theory, Solution to Talmud Bankruptcy Problem, from the Journal of Economic Theory, 1985, a report from the first press conference shortly after the announcement, Nobel laureate seeks cure for war, Chris McGreal. Calls grow for withdrawal of Nobel Prize, Guardian, December 10, 2005. Madness in the Method by Bar Hillel and Marglit. An accessible summary by Aumann of his work and thoughts on economics in the Talmud.